We are in Shelford, where there is a beehive in this old bluestone building, thankfully in the roof area. Although it's mostly a slate roof, this part is tin and lead, so we'll peel it back and get the hive out. You can see a little bit of it down here. It doesn't look like it goes into the next section, so thankfully it's not huge, but it's big enough. Here we can see more of the hive. Lots of abandoned comb in this section, but there is canola flowering less than a kilometre away, so this hive is about to boom. There we go, you can see it a bit better now. There is a complete more hive in that section, but we'll focus working our way out to in, more likely to get the queen safely that way. Thankfully it doesn't look like it goes in under the house, but we'll see. There we go, the first section is out, and I've lifted the timber on the second section. We have now got into the brood, the babies and whatnot. And you'll see, looking in there, very healthy laying. So that's the grubs, and there'll be some eggs closer to the edges, just there. So there we go. Working away at it. Queen is somewhere along here. Looks like between the next two, as long as she doesn't move. But I'm fingers crossed she doesn't go down into that wall cavity section, because that will get very difficult. You can see down there how it starts to go down the cavity, which is alright, we'll get to that. Queen has gone between the bluestone and the post, so once we've got all the comb out, we'll put some eucalyptus oil down below them, and that will push them all up. But we're getting there. There we go. I've taken out these timbers just so we can actually physically get to what we need to do next. The gentleman that's going to put it back together will be able to do so. Nothing's broken, but we're now ready to fill part of this with old clothing, so that when I put some eucalyptus oil in, they don't drop down there, which we really don't want. Instead, they're there and all the way up to there. Fun times ahead. I've put the eucalyptus rag there, and as you can see, the bees will slowly start to work their way up, because they hate the smell of eucalyptus oil. So we'll be back them as they appear. Yep, doing what they're meant to do. Must still be some comb down here somewhere. Yep, down there. Slowly pushing them up. We've cleaned out the comb that was in there as well. We've got all the bees. Yep, okay, and no more bees flying around. We'll just fill the cavity and leave the rest to the person repairing. Obviously how I've got that now isn't permanent, it's just that way the gentleman fixing it can see roughly where those beams came from, and that the cavity will need to be filled with rags. He can use all the rest up here to put it all back together, even the curly bits and that are stacked in their correct order, so should be relatively easy for him to reassemble. We're obviously at the quarantine apiary, even though you can't really see anything because it's well after dark. Anyway, this is the honey and brood box. Bees are actually under this, so we're going to unite them now, like they're together, but we should pack them down because we've got some rain and wet weather coming. So let's get them reduced to a double or single box so that they can stay warm easier. And there we go. The babies are all in the top box where it's going to be warmer. Bottom box is all drawn comb, so they have a good start. After this run of wet weather we've got coming, we'll go through a packer down if needed, and check for diseases and whatnot and so forth. But all done.